Good evening, YouTube. I am Angel Amoroso, and welcome to Angelscrapbook, or Angelscrapbook. However you'd like to pronounce it is fine with me. So, what Angelscrapbook is all about? Why are you watching this? Who am I? Okay, so we're going to go through. I'm Angel Amoroso, your host of Angelscrapbook. That's who I am. So this show, we're going to go through me and my social media accounts and my behavior on social media and your reaction to my behavior on social media so that you get to know me a little bit because a lot of people say that they have no idea who I am. So let's get into a little bit about that, who I am. And the first format I will be sharing, although I have Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, all sorts of outlets. Today, I'm focusing on sharing Facebook because that's actually where I have the most communication on social media. So let's go on over to my Facebook and we're going to start to get to know Angel Amoroso right about now. So here goes my Facebook, Angel Amoroso or Tower Titanium, whichever you'd like to refer to me as. Angel Walsh, I'm also Angel Walsh. Violent A, Tower Titanium, Marimu Moroso on occasion, and many others live inside of me. If you could see what's written there, it's a pretty good explanation of who I am. There are different accounts on Facebook. Violent A is not active anymore. It's part of another group. Tower Titanium is not allowed to be active anymore. Marimu Moroso was removed. I'm no longer, I can't get to that account to actually communicate through it. And yeah, that's pretty much me on Facebook. I'm a co-host and producer at YouTube. I have several shows on YouTube, which we'll get into as we go down the list of different shows and networks that I'm on. I'm a former boxer at L. Scott Sales, a child boxer, a former trainer at the South Philly Wrestling Academy, former wrestler at Women's Extreme Wrestling, WEW, a former corporal dominatrix and intergender fighter, a former ninja at Juggalo Championship Wrestling, a former MMA fighter, mixed martial arts, if you're not familiar with those letters and how to piece them together. I'm a former professional wrestling manager from promotions everywhere from the NWA, and well, we'll get into that. I am a former model at Fighting Females magazine, if you're familiar with that, and several other publications. Look it up. I'm a former actress. I've been in many films, Marquis the Slime being one of them, with Phoebe Legere from The Toxic Avenger. I am a former ECW original, Extreme ECW Eastern Championship Wrestling, and Extreme Championship Wrestling as well. I was both Angel and the Virgin Princess Angel. I am a former entertainer at the Hellfire Club in New York City. I'm a former fetish and fight model at Cat Spats. Look it up if you don't know what that publication is. I am a former child actor and at Fight Time Video, if you'd like to look that one up. And honest, former groupie at what is now known as WWE. Used to be WWF, but you can't use that anymore because it attaches to a wildlife thing things. So WWE. Former groupie at WCW and NWA Wrestling Collective. Childhood. Okay. Yeah, I live in Ridley Park. It's there. You could see it. I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am married. So that's who Angel Walsh is. Get to know me. I'm followed by 488 people, but I only have 349 friends. My blocked list is enormous and hilarious. I don't want to take you through every single one of my friends, but I have 349 friends. I only really accept people that I know. So this is an advertisement for this evening's live stream where I was welcoming my friends to be part of the stream if they care to, and if they still care to. You got a chance here. And Lee C says, love this. Will Vamp says, look at you just asking for fat attention. I still want to see them. So, yeah, see, this is about going through your comments towards my posts on social media. Okay, he says, you're number one. Horn dog out. Okay. And Lacey also says that he left me a comment on last night's swimsuit review here on YouTube that you could catch. That was our first video. And let's see. Who else is on here? Let's see who liked this and who didn't. Because it's all about reaction on social media. Evan Romano liked it. Will Vamp. J.P. Jizzle Rogers. Listen to me. Belinda Rea. Joe Cohen. Catrell No. Christina G. Polis, my daughter. William Canolis. Jeffrey Capo. Candy Capafari. Brittany Brown and Johnny Atkins, Archenko Jr., Ralph DeLuzio, Antonio Caratanas, Pete Belsick, and Lee C., James Titus, Oscar Passeri, Juan Lafuente, and Michael Zacco all appreciate and react and love that we're streaming tonight, although I don't see any of them joining us. But if you want to join and chat, I will read as we go on. Let's see. The next post was advertising last night's swimsuit review. And 22, it's done. It got 4 likes and 13 comments here. Lacey said he loves it. And then let's see. What else? I said it was a lot of fun because I thought it was fun. Go back and take a look at our swimsuit review from yesterday. And he said he would be honored to send me some costumes. Wants me to model them for him. And I tell him that I'm going to start looking for some today because I take costumes and I will model them for you and keep them, and you will pay me to model them for you. So I'm looking into that. He also wants to buy my pink and black leggings from a wrestling outfit that I had, and there he put a picture of it, which we will get into in a second because that's part of a whole different post there. So here is initially just advertising the swimsuit review. And I had 39 reactions on that. I don't get a whole lot of interactions on Facebook. Aaron Lindberry, Ray Odyssey, Eric Guzman, Bob Artis, Zombie Boy Calvin, and Gilbert Lopez, Michael Lashbrook, Joe Cohen, Aaron McCracken, Brittany Brown, Troy Mest, James Titus, Mary Alice Enright, Michelle Murray, Panther Rodriguez, Kevin Tate, Evan Romano, Dennis McClellan, Johnny Atkins, Bobby Starr, Candy Capaferri, Craig Kesselman, Brian Boggs, John Mr. Follis. I think I did pretty good with that name. Rich Fittenhoff, Nick Burke, Art Shimko Jr., JC Jones, Jay Fabs, Jeffrey T. Capo, Bill Lassiter, Christina J. Polis, Oscar Passeri, Kevin Kennedy, Madman Pondo, Lalo Marcus, Michael Anthropoulos, and Juan LaFlintway. I think I did pretty good with that name. All subscribed. I promised that I was going to show all the suits, and I did, describing them, how much I paid for them. Dave Shapiro says, yeah, you got the body of a 20-year-old. God bless you, Dave. Thank you. Kevin Tate asked if I was going to model them. Go over, Kevin Tate, and check it out. It's on this station here, and it's our first video. So Aaron McCracken says, very beautiful. Rick Gillespie says he just subscribed. Thanks for subscribing. Check it out. I put some preview pictures there and got lots of love. So check out the swimwear preview review, which was our first video. Check that out. Then we got a post here of me and Jim Cornette laying on the floor back in, I was in 1997. This is from the NWA Eddie Gilbert Memorial. And that's just us messing around a little bit. I'm trying to get my boob back in my top, as you could see. So let's see. Who was taking a look at this? This is what people do during the day. Ray Odyssey, Jeff Miller, Sean Rattray, Jay Pizzle Rogers, Craig Kesselman, Zombie Boy Calvin, Jonas Joe, William Canolis, Joe Cohen, Glenn Osborne, Nell Cottrell, Brittany Brown, Kevin Tate, Pete Beslick, Bobby Starr, Christina J. Polis, Aaron McCracken, Lee C., Michelle Murray, Jeffrey T. Capo, James Titus, Steve Lawrence, Art Chimko, JC Jones, Oscar Passeri, Gary Wolf, Antonio Canaris, all got a big kick out of the Jim Cornette post. Steve Lawrence saying, oh, corny, with a laughter. Yeah, one of the funniest guys ever. Jeffrey T. Capo says he's jealous. I don't know, of me or of him. I don't know which one. Kevin T says he wants to take a peek. Always. Yeah, you're always wanting to take a peek. Craig says, should I be liking this picture or not? So I guess because of things that have went on in the past, some people are confused at what they should like and what they shouldn't. But this is, if you like it, because it's actually, a picture of good times. I put up pictures of both good times and bad times. So, react to them however you feel about them. Craig says he means that as respectfully as possible, understanding my situation, which I appreciate, Craig. Thank you very much. So this is all fun times. And then Sean Rattray followed up with a little cartoon of Newman from Seinfeld and says, what do you say, Angel Amoroso, Newman? And I quoted, this was before Jim Cornette lost weight. So I don't know. You tell me. You think he looks like Newman from Seinfeld? Maybe a little bit, right? A little bit. He's got an eyeful there. So my next post was actually a share, because Facebook loves to make you share memories from years ago, that actually some of the things that you share from so long ago before that they don't even know what they're talking about. So this was pretty much to advertise my D Live, of which I would love for people to come and join me over there so that I could get into stories like this. And this is my old childhood apartment wrestling videos. And I took screenshots. It's from the videos because some of them are up and some of them are not, and some of them are not legal to be up. So, but we're going to take a stroll through some of the pictures that are in the video. So, little leg scissor there. First off, let's get to the reactions on it. Lee C., Mike Henry, Jeff Miller, Aaron Lindberry, Calvin, Lori Drury, Patrick Walsh, my husband, Travis Dykes, Michelle Murray, James Titus, Chad Dorset, Jerome Young. This is an old post, sorry. Mike DeMusio, again, this is an old post. Jeffrey T. Capo, Mando Elia, and Lynn Tom Garden. This is a memory shared, so sorry for those who have passed away. Just going through a share here. So Sandy Krebs says this obviously needs to be banned. Scissoring on Facebook, a no-no. And I said, I know, should be. And Chris Monaco says that he already reported it for being pornographic materials, which is why I'm no longer friends with Chris Monaco on Facebook. This is a damn troublemaker. So that's one of the pictures there. That doesn't really get any more full screen, I don't think. Here's another lovely. Like I said, I'm going to be talking about these on my D Live. If you want to join me over there, it's Angel Amoroso for you. And I will go through the details of these videos, these apartment wrestling videos that I got into as a child, and exactly how, where, and with who. And I will even play some of the videos if possible. This James Mumford said, hope you don't need to sneeze there, Angel. I don't think your top would survive. This is the reaction I get from these posts. The top is still around, and he said, that's awesome. Bet you still kick ass wearing it. Wish I could. All right. And now that's something I'd love to see. Though if your top happened to explode during the proceedings, even better. Cute. Bob Armoroth said, nothing like power in an Italian girl's thighs or breasts or butt. Just don't anger them. They are the greatest. I agree. Italian women, strong Italian women. I could squeeze and smother the hell right out of you, and proved it many a times, given Bob Armoroth goosebumps the size of quarters over here. He's all into the wrestling, women's wrestling. There's me kicking the gal in the face there. And that's got 16 comments. Hoping she's about to get a foot in her face. I mean, you can see it right there. That's what it is. All right, she got kicked in the face more than once. And you could see this all on D Live. This person, these are old, some old comments, and I think this person was trying to get me to do some foot talk, talking about rubbing my soles in her face and getting my feet dirty and all that kind of stuff, And I entertained it for a while. And he says, may I ask you a couple things? Did you finish up the feet bare-breasted or just exploded out of your top many times? Secondly, it sounds like this bitch really punished your feet during the match. Is that the worst abuse your feet has ever taken on any of your encounters, or have you experienced worse? Would love to know. All right, and he keeps talking about barefoot fighting and everything, and I'm sure at the time I responded to it because it was funny, but it's funny to look back to how some of you respond to these types of posts. There you go. Here's the headlock, little slapping in the face action going on there, and 18 comments to this. Bob says, love it when the good girl wins. I was never really the good girl, but again, I'll talk about that on D Live. If you join me over there, it's Angel Amoroso for you. And I comment that she kept squeezing my boobs, which she did. Um, Bob said he can't blame her, and I don't. And here's this guy coming in talking about my top exploding and my feet again. Bob interrupting, calling me Bella and beautiful. I laughed at both of them and asked them maybe they'd be interested in buying a DVD compilation or, of whatever cat fights, boxing, apartment wrestling. I've pretty much done it all. So, you know, anyone interested in that sort of thing, that's Tower Titanium. But we'll get into that another time. There's better and clearer shots somewhere. Here, I think I was talking to poor Mike DeMusio, who's passed, so I won't get into that. There goes an armbar. This is apartment wrestling when I was a child. So, you know, maybe I did a lot of moves wrong, but I learned, and I learned the hard way. Nice work from Bob, and such a nice pick for a number of reasons. People are encouraging me to choke her as if it's a current match. I love when people do that. They talk to a picture like it's current. It's like it's a picture from when I was a child. Here's some weird ass moves I was doing. I don't even know. 31 comments on that. Slap her silly, and I want to do that to my cousin and twist her up like a pretzel. I don't know. Okay. This is okay. That's just a silly conversation. So I'm going to back out of that one and just go to our next post. Our next post is an advertisement for my D Live. So join me over at my D Live for uncensored fun. And what I mean by that is I will be showing my videos, my older videos, some unreleased, some older films unreleased, and be telling the story and the chronicles of Tower Titanium. So if you're interested in that character, head over to D Live and get a D Live, and you could, sign up and listen to me tell that story. It's all about everything Tower Titanium. You know. If you know, you know. So it's Angel Amoroso, the number 4 and the letter U at D Live. So get over there and check it out and get an account. If you don't have one, it's a lot of fun to communicate. My next post in between was one that, again, I'm advertising that I will be going over these videos on D Live of my childhood of boxing and wrestling, apartment style, intergender with men and women, with female adult film actresses, dancers, and so forth. So if you join me over there, unfiltered, I'm going to tell the whole story of Tower Titanium from childhood to adulthood. And right now, getting back to Angel Amoroso's Facebook, here we go. With some childhood boxing. There's a 37 likes. Let's get to who likes it first. Lee C., Cecil Thompson, Sammy Hunn, Sean Rattray, Bob Rapinski, Michael Celebrasi, Lori Drury, Zombie Boy Calvin, Brad Williams, Patrick Walsh, Jeff Miller, Belinda, Mark Sean Evans, Michelle Murray, Candy Capaferri, Sherry Benjamin, Mike DeMusio, Shane Budendagen, Chad Dorset, Stan Payne, Nick Burke, Bob Armorat, Evan Romano, James Titus, Christina J. Polis, who laughs at it. Thanks, Doll. At least you understand why it's going up. Aaron Lindberry, Tom Casati, Jeffrey T. Capo, Travis Dykes. Every time I say sorry, it's because someone's passed. Frank Jagger, Dwayne Walsh, Lynn Brown, Chad Hart, and Mando Alaya. So those are all the old likes on it. Aaron Lindberry says, I take it you won. Martin Sean Evans rather likes the outfit. Chad Burkhart wants to box me anytime. One of these people who want to meet up with me right now at 47 years old and box me right now. And then challenge me on my messenger as well. Amanda White says the outfit is lush. Always a big fan of my Amanda. Thank you very much, dear. Pete Crawford say you look so young. Well, that's because I was young. So real young. See, that's me now. So we can't play guess the age, but I still have these tights wrapped up. Look at a baby fat. Vintage tights that Francine also wore actually in her second ECW match with me at Hamburg Fieldhouse, and I still have them. I'm going to wear them on one of the streams when I go over these videos, actually. Here's a pretty funny shot, and I got to say that if I got hit like that by a child, I would be humiliated. Yeah, that was me as a child, just wailing on people constantly. Captured that poor gal right right in the face, square in the face. Again, I'll be talking about this all on D Live. These are pictures of old childhood apartment boxing that I did, and I will be playing the videos out and talking about on my D Live. Just going through some of them, seeing how all you reacted, getting jacked in the jaw there. I have every one of these videos, which is how I got screenshots from them. So it's going to be fun to review some of them. As much as the story is not a fun story to have lived, but I guess later to tell, it's you have to just live and move on. What's a shame is that a lot of these childhood videos are being exploited and sold every day. And whenever I try to talk about them, they will cancel my account. And every time I post this specific post that comes around, this account, Sam Sanders, comes around. I looked at the account, and there is literally a video of a woman with her asshole spread open in a video. And somehow that account is still active, and no one's reported the post as porn or taken it down. I don't get it. Because, and there it goes right there. Sam Sanders, if you want to take a look at his account there. I don't know how you're getting away with this, buddy, but I don't think that stuff's supposed to be on Facebook. John Moretti said, we need to bring this back. John's always talking about apartment wrestling and, basement wrestling being brought back. Pretty funny. Steve Lawrence said, what's D Live? So I had to explain what it is. The Sheen Bracco says he wants to do an interview. I want to do an interview with you at one point about the Battle Royal and follow-up swimsuit contest you did with the likes of Sherry Martel, Tiger, Woman, Hunter, Six-Pack, Sully. I'm watching in order and am about to watch the swimsuit contest. I interviewed Tommy Kyra recently. It was great. Okay. I asked this one, and that's a picture of me and Sherry Martel from Ultra Clash and not a swimsuit competition at all. So he replied, yup, even though that's not it. I just watched this one. After this, you guys have a rematch of sorts just a few weeks later. And I'm about to watch that actually today. And I assume he's talking about November to Remember, if he even acknowledges that that's the same character, because a lot of people don't know the difference between one character and another that I was in ECW. So it's kind of hard to explain to people, and I kind of have to walk them through it. Let's see. Lisi said he loves the costumes and the gloves. The video looks cool too. Of course. I said thank you. And, I will wear this while I'm discussing all of this Tara Titanium activity and underground apartment wrestling and boxing videos. He wants to buy the gloves and buy the tights. The tights, I let him know that Francine wore them at Hamburg Fieldhouse. He doesn't seem to be too much of a wrestling fan. I think more of a like apartment wrestling fan, I guess. He wants to buy some stuff for me from the UK and buy my tights. So I'm willing to sell them if you want to buy them, but just know where they're coming from and what they were used for. I don't like to hold on to things that have exploitation attached to it. But if you want to buy it, you're more than welcome. So stay tuned for more information on how to purchase my exploitable materials. My next post is to check out, let's see, episode 2 of Favorite Facebook Friends. And in this episode, we talked about the Long Island Predator Project and Autism Speaks with Jay Fabs. And if you want to go over to, this is one of my many Facebook groups, is Favorite Facebook Friends. We have a few 3 interviews on there now, and several more lined up for every Monday at 7 p.m. So if you'd like to go over there and join us for that, it's just about regular people, not wrestlers. Usually people expect that I'm going to do topics on just nothing but wrestlers and wrestling, but everyone in Favorite Facebook Friends are of different fields. This one was a guy who catches predators, and our other videos, as you'll see, are on different topics with different people, but that's coming up. So that got 3 shares and only 98 views, unfortunately, but I'm sure a lot more people will catch it. My next post was a congratulations to Senator Doug Mastriano for winning candidate for governor of Pennsylvania. And I'm going to put this down so that I can clap. Congratulations, Doug. And although there's a nice picture of me and Doug, although I got a lot of threats about posting this on Tumblr, of which in our upcoming episodes, we'll get to my Tumblr posts and all the kind people over there who leave comments. But this one actually got me threats, talking about how Doug is kills women, and I'm anti-woman and all that jazz. Like, we'll get to that when it comes to it. But congratulations, Doug. We had several people on our side liking that, including Jeff Miller, Ray Odyssey, Chad Dorsett, Manny Fernandez, Christina J. Polis, Brittany Brown, Antonio Carinatonis, I'll get it, Phil DiGiulio, and Sean Rattray. I've known this kid forever, and I still can't say his name. And there was a gif of a bunch of yeses from Antonio, because we are behind Doug for Gov here in Pennsylvania. My next post was our first Favorite Facebook Friends episode with Candy Capafrari. Candy, who was a cheerleader and a fitness model, Miss New Jersey, is also the life partner, girlfriend, wife of Gary Wolf from ECW. We did an hour-long video with Candy, and that was great. Again, on my group, one of my Facebook groups, Favorite Facebook Friends. So if you want to go over there and check that out, We have a lot more videos, a lot more interviews coming up with different people in different areas, musicians, politicians, you name it, and we got them lined up. So, and next week we have a hair model and a celebrity boxing familiar face, uh, Mary Alice Enright. So that's another new thing I didn't post. We'll get to it though. This was just our advertisement for Candy being on. Candy got 11 shares. Great stuff. Let's get to some comments under that. Can we without it playing? Probably not. I don't want to play the whole video out, but a lot of people enjoyed it, so you might want to watch that one. So get over to the group. Here was an advertisement for it, and Gary and 6 others liked it. And here was me and Christina Jade Polis, my daughter, did an action figure show for my show Wrestling Rewind that's on Monty and the Pharaohs YouTube. If you want to go over there and check that out. And we did an action figure auction, not an auction, just pretty much telling people where to buy the action figures at and everything. It was not put on YouTube. It's all over Facebook though. So if you'd like to see it, it's in my group, it's on my timeline, it's on Monty the Pharaoh's timeline. Maybe a few things that were said about some of the figures were, maybe inappropriate for YouTube. I don't know. I'm showing a little bit of it right now. I'm not sure. Is it inappropriate? I don't think so. But Manny Fernandez loved it and 2 others. So if you'd like to get over to my Facebook, you can see it on my timeline there. Also, it's on Christina Jade's timeline. Here's another advertisement for the May 16th show with Candy Capoferri, favorite Facebook friends. Beautiful poster that we made for her for that episode. Being a cheerleader and championship bodybuilder, beauty queen, Miss New Jersey, basketball player, softball player, the tamer of ECW legend Gary Wolf. She, it's worth the watch. So get over to favorite Facebook friends on my Facebook and check it out. You can even join the group and maybe you'll be selected to be interviewed as one of my favorite Facebook friends of the week, if you are. Some of you just aren't. Some of you aren't my favorites. So here's a post from May 8th. A happy Mother's Day video. Me and Christina Jade do videos for every holiday, whether it be Mother's Day or Father's Day or, St. Patrick's Day. We got it all covered. Christmas and Halloween, we do an extravaganza of different costumes. So this one was from Mother's Day. You could check that out. We mix drinks. We make our own drinks with Hala Vodka and other products. So go over and check it out. I'm not going to talk all about it because it'll ruin it. This I shared from 2020. And this is an episode of one of our many shows titled Fuck You, Mick Foley. And this was our episode 2020 edition of this show. If you'd like to go check that out, that is on my timeline and also on an Angel Amoroso Versus YouTube if you'd like to check it out there. Interesting follow-up on events that took place earlier that year. And here's some live concert footage featuring Insane Clown Posse, Mushroom Head, 3-6 Mafia, Ouija Mac, and Ritz. We shot this in 2019, and we are going to be screening these concerts on the Crazy Cunty Clown Posse group where they were intended, and also on the Variety Vault YouTube if you want to go over there and subscribe there. You'll get notifications of when new programs are going to be aired. And this is just memories. I don't want to click on any of them because then it'll play the video. And then why would you join me on YouTube when I'm showing you on here, right? But you can see them on my Facebook before I actually host them. And I got 14 likes on that. Everybody's real down. JC Jones for the Mafia, and Iceberg Slim clapping for the lineup. Michael D. Lashbrook remembers that the night of this concert is the night that we all hugged and took a picture. Somewhere on this Facebook, I will find it, Michael, and I will send it to you or talk. I'll definitely be talking about it because that was probably one of the cuter pictures that I've taken. That was one of my discouraged days. Here goes a playlist. This is what I've been doing. This is like the past year, 6-month review, right? So myself and Iron Man Tommy Cairo have been doing a show called Wrestling Rewind over on Monty and the Pharaohs Network. And here goes a few shots of us during different shows. And there goes Brittany Brown, who we interviewed, and Heidi Lee Morgan. So the show is about wrestling history, but we also have interviews with some of the veteran wrestlers that you haven't heard from in a long time, or, just some of them that we have our special stories to share with. Here's our playlist over there on Monty and the Pharaohs YouTube, if you want to go check it out. Well, we got 102 views, not bad. 22 videos, and if you could see, there's our playlist. Yeah, because when I do things, I really do things. So more videos to come. There's 22 up there right now. So go over to Monty and the Pharaohs YouTube and take a look at all the titles that we've already screened. Here was the day that Monty and the Pharaoh combined with UTB Talent Management and Indie Music TV and launched a few new broadcasts to their network. Let's see, they had Wrestling Rewind, as we were part of that launch. Thank you. And let's see the others. Family Business with Eric and Eliza Roberts. I believe that's Julia Roberts' brother. All right. And Todd Switfold presents stunts in film, stunts in acting, and stunts in everything else. This is a stuntman, and from what I understand, a wrestler of sorts. Go head over to Monty and the Pharaohs YouTube and check them out, and you'll hear all about that. And we got Randy Jurgensen, the Jurgensen Files, I guess, Dada 5000, and Dyksha Harris, and 0 to 60, The Punch. You recognize these guys, huh? Tuesday Nights with Tony Atlas, and that's back. Freedom is Wonderful with Mary Michelle and Gio Arpeggio. In the Dungeon on Saturdays with Kevin Sullivan, Andrew Anderson, and Matty Rock. No Holds Barred with Frank Dukes, maybe. The Macho Man Days, and Monday at 7. Monty and the Pharaoh has a good selection of shows to choose from, and always very interesting guests. The G Spot with the original G-Man of hip hop. Check it out. And of course, Monty and the Pharaohs show. Go over to their network and check out all their shows. Real excited to be a part of this because they have a great lineup of a lot of different people that you should really check out. My next post here Just addressing that one match before my last with this sexy lady right here, and I could not decide whether I wanted to kiss her or kill her. She confuses the fuck out of me still, but I love her to death. Jasmine St. Clair. This was the last 3PW show I was on. I wrestled Rock and Rebel. And I'm sorry, not this one. I did not wrestle Rock and Rebel on this one. I apologize. I was part of a swimsuit competition, I believe. And Ron Jeremy was the host of that. Dusty Rhodes was on the show. Kevin Sullivan, Bam Bam Bigelow, and many, many more from what I remember. So try to check that one out. Let's see. Pete Crawford said, was that the match that had Dusty, Kevin Sullivan, Abdullah, and Terry Funk wrestle in a 4-way Father Time match? I don't see where it would have been anywhere else. So, yeah, during that time, Jasmine did her best to bring back what was closest to ECW at the time. That got a like from Eric Guzman, Will Vamp, J. Pizzle Rogers, Christina J. Polis, Belinda Raya, Joe Cohen, James Titus, Gary Wolf, Philip DeGiulio, Rick Gillespie, Jeff Miller, Ronan Margolin, Brittany Brown took a laugh at it, and Oscar Passeri, Mike Juliano, and several others got a kick out of the 3PW share. Try to get over there and get Babes, Belts, and Blood. You could see me on there, or you could go to one of my many YouTubes, Maremu YouTube, MareUTube, Maremu YouTube on YouTube, and the match is on there. So just watch it. That's all. My next post here came from Jeffrey T. Capo, who was thanking myself and Tommy Cairo for having him for an interview on Wrestling Rewind that we did on Monty and the Pharaohs Network that aired on April 18th. And there goes that. You could take a look at that when you get a chance. Jeff was a great guest, very informative. I hope to have him back real soon. We got 5 likes on that and only 3 comments, unfortunately. And this gets into a different topic here of the Internet Movie Database and their false information on people and mixed with the truth. So this is pretty much films dating from 1989 to 1991, listing my name as both Angel Amoroso and Tara Titanium. So they're trying to alert everyone to child porn, or I don't understand what's going on here. But while dragging my name through the mud, puddles that they've created mixed with lies and truth, it's all slander to, post this information here. I don't know why this is allowed. I was like 14 years old in 1989. I started films much younger than that. This is all very public for a long time. Why isn't this against the law? Because it's me, I have no idea. But they're selling these videos that really do exist, going from $30 to $60, and links for $10 for 5 minutes, and giving away free 30-minute videos of my mostly viewed apartment wrestling matches with hardcore porn star at the time, an older, much older woman, Blake Anderson, or Blake Mitchell, if you'd like to look her up. And in the meantime, I get absolutely nothing for it. And they get to exploit my childhood on the Internet Movie Database, and then put videos on Pornhub and XTube and any kind of adult site that exists out there, and list me as being in there, and continuously change the date of when these events took place. And they took place in my childhood. They did not take place in 2022, as you're listing them as I'm an 18-year-old female in 2022. That's not even possible. Here I go right now. I'm not doing these videos anymore. And for people to do this is slander. outright slander. I made a whole channel about slanderous material being used against me. And on an up note, I did open a group, a Wrestling Rewind group. Originally, I had started the Wrestling Rewind show just covering myself and rewinding on my career in wrestling because I thought people needed to hear about it. And then the show kind of took a twist and a turn after my interview with Tommy Cairo, and now it's something completely different, but still a great show, very educational for those that want to learn about wrestling and not, just hear a big shit show of disorganized thoughts of, people insulting each other or trying to put each other over too much. It's nothing like that. So give us a view over on Wrestling Rewind, and also take a look at the group Wrestling Rewind. We got 120 members in there right now and growing. And we'll get to, I do live streams in the group where I don't post anywhere else. So if you want to get over to that, we go through wrestling history, and we have a small group of people on there that are pretty smart and hip to what's going on. So check us out there in the Wrestling Rewind group. I have many different groups here on Facebook to join. And we will get through those episode by episode. This is my link tree, which is Angelscrapbook or Angelscrapbook, however you'd like to pronounce it. It is a scrapbook. And there's my Facebook, my Mermu YouTube, of which I was speaking of. There's how to spell it. My eBay accounts. My Crazy Cunty Clown Posse Facebook link. If you'd like to go over there, if you're on Facebook with me, that's a page that I have that I will get into that and reviewing that as well. My Instagram, which is Angel Amoroso for you. My Dirty Dead Doll Productions YouTube. Get over there and join that. That's got a lot of different videos on it that I have not screened anywhere else. The Wrestling Rewind Facebook group, of which I was just talking about. The Wrestling Bitch Facebook group, which is pretty funny. It's mostly to advertise wrestling events and what people are doing. But we get off topic and get silly sometimes. And, go check it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Favorite Facebook friends, if we talked about, we just started that group. And that's focused on doing interviews with everyone and anyone that I find my favorite Facebook friend of the week. And Christina Jade is my co-host on that. So check that out if you get a chance. And then we have Daily Newsline, of which is a little inactive right now, but that's where I keep you up to date on all the daily news connected to the Variety Vault YouTube, and where we will be doing the daily news every morning at 9 a.m. called Coffee Reviews and the Daily News. So join us over there on a Variety Vault on YouTube for all the Daily Newsline updates. We did a lot of political events from, let's see, 2012 to about 2020. So check us up on older stuff and a review, and then some newer stuff. Then we have a group called What You Eatin', and that's all about whatever you're eating. It's recommendations of different recipes. It's things that we've cooked, things we've experimented on, things we're craving, and different recipes, tips on how to grow things. It's a very informative group. It's a fun group. We're going to be doing a show on that coming up pretty soon. So if you want to get all your information in there about, who you are, what you do, what you cook, what you eating, go over to What You Eating. Then we got the TCW YouTube, of which we also have a TCW Facebook group. And this is specifically for people who have worked in TCW wrestling for me, Angel Amoroso, from 1993 to 1997. So if you go over to that group, you will see the people that were part of that group. And I will be shortly doing TCW Rewind with Nick Burke. I know I kind of let that cat out of the bag there, But that will be my co-host for TCW, as he was part of my original group of TCW boys in Philadelphia. And you could hear all about that story on the TCW YouTube or the Variety Vault or the TCW group here on Facebook. I'll be streaming on all platforms when it comes to that show. So that's my link tree if you'd like to visit that, coming off of my timeline. And then we also have a link tree for doll links. Now, this is more geared towards action figures, clothing, shoes, wrestling action figures, CDs, VHS tapes, collectibles, and there's so much more. I got a house full of stuff. There's DDP, AAW, eBay. These are all eBay addresses. Hooland 304, Christina Jade's Dash Closet, Boutique, BOOTEEK 122304. And there's certain links only with action figures on them, so you can check those out. There's also an Instagram, Tina Jade's Closet, and a Poshmark. We have several different outlets to sell different things. We do different live streams to sell things and whatnot. And this went all the way back up to the beginning, which brings me to the end of my broadcast. Let me get full screen here. So I hope you've enjoyed the first episode of Angelscrapbook here on YouTube. And, join us back next week where we'll be going through the rest of the year, since I didn't get past the 6-month period. I think I only got up to like half of it, but we'll continue next week. And if you want to chime in on the chat, you're more than welcome. If I left your comments out at any time, in the future, we will be going over YouTube accounts and videos with their comments. We'll also be doing my Instagram account and let's see, even eBay account, which we get really, really weird messages on. So stay tuned for all that. And this is what it's all about, everything and nothing, really. It's all about what I'm doing on social media and how you react to it. So join me next time for another episode of Angelscrapbook, or Angelscrapbook, however you'd like to pronounce it. And until the next time, I'm Angel Amoroso saying, have a nice night and a nice life. Goodbye. I'm going to end the broadcast.